I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Are you voting for Trump or Kamala?
I am voting for Harris.
Okay.
Why?
Um,
I got a dry socket. I'm gonna let y'all take this over. I don't even have the ability to really talk. So
I am voting for
Why?
Harris because I think that the actions that Donald Trump took to try to fraudulently overturn the election were unexcusable and wildly un-American.
Those
Okay.
charges are dismissed.
Before we
Okay,
get
so
into
next.
before we get into that,
Oh my God.
Sass, I just want to let you know that happens to me too. It's not your account; it's the app.
Okay, because that's I've never had that happen before. So
Yeah. So, Renyalda, let's get to you, Cupcake. Okay. Have you ever read through U.S. Code 15?
U.S. Code 15. Why don't you explain it to me?
No, it's 3 U.S. Code 15. Not
Why
just
don't you
U.S. Code
explain it to
15. It's 3 U.S. Code 15. 3 U.S. Code 15 explicitly lays out what can and cannot be done on January 6th in terms of objecting to and throwing out slates of electors and presenting any alternate slates that were sent. So I don't know exactly what you mean by fraudulently trying to overthrow an election specifically, but there is in fact U.S. code that actually allows for slates of electors to be thrown out and replaced.
So I can almost guarantee you that it doesn't say anywhere in here that the vice president can unilaterally throw out electors because, again, he's being indicted for it. In addition to that,
The vice president is not being indicted for anything.
Well, Trump is being indicted for trying to pressure his vice president to unilaterally throw out
Okay,
electors.
Those charges
case
were
is that?
dismissed.
They weren't dismissed. I don't know where you heard that.
Which case are you talking about specifically?
The federal indictment, the Jack Smith indictment.
It was thrown
Okay,
out by
that
the Supreme
doesn't
Court.
that has nothing to do with quote unquote fake electors.
Yes, it does.
Which charge?
The whole electors
You're
plot
talking
is
about
laid out
the
in
DC
indictment.
case.
Yes. Which charge in the DC case is directly relates to fake electors?
I'd assume so. Conspiracy to
Don't
obstruct
assume.
proceeding, conspiracy to defraud. That I would assume that the whole thing pertains to it because
The original charges were dismissed.
Why would they lay out the entire false electors indictment if it had nothing to do with anything?
Those original 2 charges in DC were dismissed, and they brought up a new indictment, this superseding indictment that's going to get dismissed as well.
Okay, so if you're saying that they dismissed the first indictment, but they brought up a superseding
first
indictment
2.
that hasn't been dismissed, then it hasn't been dismissed.
It hasn't been heard yet.
Lordy, he's gonna start foaming.
But you're saying that it got dismissed, but then the superseding
The first two got dismissed due to the Supreme Court ruling.
The first two?
Because that has a lot to do with what's going on in this one.
Okay. So are you talking about the case, Renyalda? Are you talking about the case that's in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the case you're talking about specifically. Okay, so we have conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. Now, here's the funny thing, right? The conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding and obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, those are actually going to get thrown out due to the Fisher ruling.
Right.
Okay, so let's go into, let's see here, 18 USC 371. That is conspiracy to defraud the United States. Where in that charge specifically does it say that he is trying to put in fake electors? I'm reading the indictment right now, so.
Why? Do you actually think that's important to the claim?
It wasn't.
Yes.
It's your claim. Your claim was that he is being charged in DC for fake electors.
Well, he's being in the fake electors scheme is part of the plot to overturn the election.
I think you're thinking about Georgia.
Okay, so I just want to let you know he's not being charged with fake electors, right? They actually included the fake electors in the manner and means. So they're not even saying that the crime was the fake electors. They're saying that the crime was conspiracy and that he tried to use fake electors to advance that crime. So that's two different things, right?
I don't think that is a meaningful distinction for the conversation we're having right now.
Okay. So then why did Georgia throw out the fake electors charges? The two charges involving the fake electors? Why did Georgia throw those out against Trump?
It was actually eight out of 13 charges in Georgia were dismissed.
Why did they throw out the?
No, sir, it was only 5. He has 8
No,
remaining.
no, he has 5 remaining. 8 were dismissed. Look at it again.
I've trust me, Crow.
I've been reading on this every day since it announced it. So.
All right, no, you know more than me, but that's fine.
Hey, y'all, chill out.
They didn't have jurisdiction because that'd be a federal crime, and states can't enforce federal crimes or indict on federal crimes in a state court. That's why.
What point does that prove?
They did. What do you mean? What point? Well, the feds haven't charged him with it, and the state tried, but he doesn't have the authority to do it. So he must not have committed a crime if he hasn't been indicted on it.
Just above me said that the false electors thing was part of the means to overturn the election. So he is being charged federally with it. You can say that he's not being charged specifically for assembling the electors, that it's just a part of his conspiracy to overthrow the election. That's fine. I don't get the point of making that distinction.
And you think that any of these cases are going to be heard before November 5th?
Why does it matter if it's going to be heard before November 5th?
I mean, I think it would be. That was the whole point of the whole trumped up thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to get him out from running for president. If he wins the presidency on November 5th, then what are they going to do then?
I don't care what the DOJ has. I don't think the DOJ cares about the election right now. I think it matters that he broke the law.
Yeah, they do.
Indicted.
This whole thing's been about the election since he announced.
It's an allegation till that point. So the man is innocent until proven guilty. He hasn't been proven guilty. So the man is innocent all the way up and into the election. I know you don't care about that.
Do we deny that
I deny that the man is anything but innocent until proven guilty.
Do we deny that the electors submitted their slate?
Again, has anybody been convicted? Has Trump been convicted?
It's a very simple question. Do you disagree that they submitted the slate?
I have no idea. I'm not a judge.
That's irrelevant.
The certificates of ascertainment we have, those are like what, just fake or?
Well, you don't have anything.
No, that's irrelevant to the conversation.
The certificates of ascertainment that the false Trump electors filled out are public.
Did Trump?
And those certificates of ascertainment have no governor's nor secretary of state signature. So how can they be a fraudulent state document?
Oops.
I'm sorry. Say that again?
He doesn't
They
need
do
all
not
that.
have a governor's nor secretary of state's signatures on it. So how can they have been a state document?
That's the point. That's why they're fraudulent. But they were trying to
3
deliver
U.S. Code 15 again.
By the way, we also have text messages of the people trying to hand deliver these false slates of electors to the vice president. We have text messages from Chesborough describing that.
So how can they be fraudulent if they're not even basically? I mean, you can go right on a piece of paper or any damn thing you want. It doesn't mean it's fraudulent.
He just explained it was a state document that wasn't signed by the governor.
Okay. Dude, you got to get some fucking common sense.
Oh, okay. So he just described it that it was a state document that didn't get certified by the governor.
So if I write a check to you, is my check valid without my signature?
No, but I'm saying that these electors aren't. I'm saying that these electors aren't certified.
Damn,
You're
bro.
proving my point.
Like these motherfuckers, all they do is they stand over things, right? And they fucking to everything, right? Like they don't let anybody else talk. They just fucking try to steamroll the conversation. They don't just go one point at a time. Like I ask you a question, do you agree? Yes or no? Yes, no.
Right.
Okay.
No,
cool.
I
Let's go
wouldn't
to
be
the
able to
next
cash
point.
a check from you that doesn't have your signature.
Stop. You have to fucking stop this. Stop.
This is what TDS does to people. They don't fucking understand common sense.
They don't at all.
And why are you so fucking hyped up, dude? Bring it down, fucking.
Because I don't like that you guys are supporting a guy who tried to overturn
It
It doesn't matter what you like.
There it is.
Nobody gives a shit
We
what
don't
you
care
like,
if you
bro.
like it or
That's how
not.
life works.
So just to be clear,
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You
You're
just hear
annoying.
him? I
So,
don't.
I have a right to
Again.
vote whenever I
Like,
choose
you're voting
to.
for
call it-
somebody else,
I call it-
so he's
Okay.
up here having a fucking tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
God, you are fucking
I
crazy.
call it a full slate of electors. You guys agree that it wasn't certified, and then you're coming at me for saying it's not a
There
state
is
official
no-
document. That's why I said from the beginning.
Again, there is no such thing as false electors because 3 U.S. Code 15 very clearly states, and I quote, any alternate result purporting to be from the state must be considered. I'm sorry that you didn't learn this in 6th grade civics, but I
This
did,
isn't
and
an
I actually pay
alternate- this
attention
isn't an
to my
alternate slate.
Constitution.
This that's why I'm not calling it an alternate slate.
That is literally what an alternate slate is.
But
An
Trump
alternate
didn't
slate.
send alternate slates. He sent false slates.
Oh my god, bro!
Guy's an idiot.
This is fucking useless.
It is.
I'm
useless.
sorry,
All he
Pop.
wants
I
to-
can't,
all he wants
I
to
can't yell
do-
tonight.
You're
and
pigeonholing
I'm
what
trying
Trump
not
sent
to, and I'm
into an
trying not to
alternate
yell,
slate.
Mav, and I'm not trying not to get.
fuck
No,
is
I'm
that,
saying
dude?
I can't yell.
No, I
can't
know,
yell
I know,
to get
and
a,
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him do this to me.
Yeah. Do we have any other
This
ops
is-
in the queue?
No, don't let him
'Cause
do it to you. That's what I'm telling you. Don't let him do it to you.
This is
Here,
ridiculous.
let me.
Literally getting
Let's
1v6
try
tonight.
some-
He
Let's try
can't
somebody else.
understand simple concepts. Like
Let's
if
see
I
if
do
we
not
can
sign
get it.
if I do not sign a check that I have written to Tim, right? Can Tim go to the bank and cash that?
If I forge your signature, maybe.
Right, if you forge my signature, but without a signature, that check cannot.
So these, okay, I gotta do a little after discussion cope because that was so fucking stupid. He's saying that, okay, well, these slates couldn't have been alternate because they weren't certified by the governor. How do you explain that? That's what makes them false electors, dumb fuck. Why the fuck? I'm saying that they didn't get certified by the governor, and you're like, oh, how is that true? It didn't get certified by the governor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no one disputes that Trump assembled false electors. They had them fill out fraudulent certificates of ascertainment without government certification, and they tried to transmit them to Mike Pence so he could unilaterally pick them. I don't know why he was trying to fucking law bro me, because I don't know the specific code in which people lay out the Electoral Count Act, but I don't know what that had to do with anything when he doesn't even know what the fuck the charges are. It doesn't matter if you know specific law. He tried to break the law. The reason that that's not laid out in that code is because that he didn't follow the code. That's necessarily what breaking the law does. Oh, Jesus, that was so fucking stupid for no reason. And whenever people talk about like, oh, well, some people who know the law do actually think that it was this, and that it was actually valid. No, they're talking about people who fucking obfuscate and flex certain fucking criminal codes as if it means anything when they don't know what the fuck anything about the plot is. How can you know that it was how can you know that it didn't break the law if you don't even know what the fuck they did?